Hello, can you hear me, Shideh?
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Because it.
Okay.
Can
How
you?
are you?
I'm fine. So, can you? Something's noisy. Something's really noise.
Hello?
Something's noisy here. I cannot hear you well. Can you check it out?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Can
Oh,
you? Can you hear me now?
yes.
Okay. Okay, Shideh, I will ask you some question.
Okay.
So, I want you to introduce yourself first.
Hello?
Can you tell me something about you?
Sorry, can you repeat that? Sorry.
Can you tell me something about you? Can you introduce yourself?
Sure. Like what would you like to know?
I want to know name, full name, age, and your hobby, your personality, and anything.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Okay, we'll call you back now. Hello, can you hear now? Can you hear me now? Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you now. Okay, so now let's talk about your personality and all things.
Okay.
What's your name?
Shideh.
Huh?
Shideh.
Alright. So how old are you?
I am 20 years old.
Right. And so now, can you tell me something about your personality, your characteristics, your hobbies, and what do you like and what you don't like? And you describe some work about yourself. Okay?
Okay, sure. So, growing up, I was always raised by the beach beside the water. So that's why something that's important for me. From there, I got inspired to, I became a lifeguard instructor actually. And I started working with children. I started teaching them for about 2, 3 years. And I was raised in a Christian home. So I would teach children in Sunday school. I would teach them English and amongst other things. I would describe myself as very bubbly. I'm very enthusiastic. I love always energy, I love children. I love just something, I'm a very lively person. People would describe me as a very lively person. I do have some talents. I play guitar, I dance, but I want my life goal to be working with children, and I feel like children keep me enthusiastic. No matter how old I get, children will always keep you young and lively. And yeah.
Okay, so can you tell me why do you want to work in Vietnam? Because Vietnam's a developing countries and it's really poor, you know. But why do you want to work in Vietnam?
So that's actually the point. I want to work somewhere that's developing and poor. I don't want to work somewhere very rich because I feel like working in a developing country, I'm making more of a difference and I'm actually helping that around me. And I want to experience, I just want to have the overall experience because I feel like what's the point of working in a rich country? I want the opportunity.
Okay. All right. So maybe you want some more experience when you was in some Asian country, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So because you know you can play some guitars and dance, can you sing?
No, unfortunately, I wish. My voice is no good.
Okay. All right. So now you have some experience in teaching in nursery school, right?
Sunday school, yeah, for the
Um.
church.
All right. Church. Uh huh. All right. So how always are your student?
Um, Including when I was teaching swimming as well. Anywhere from 2 years old. Sometimes I taught adults.
Mm-hmm.
But usually the main age would range from 6 to 11.
Mm-hmm. All right. 6 to 11. All right. So you teach them English or you teach them some subjects?
Both.
Both. All right. And are they the foreigner student or are they the English native student?
Pardon?
Are your student um maybe the second English teacher student non-native student?
A bit of both, actually.
All right. Right. So now I want you to describe, or you can ask, or you can teach me, and or you can present now an activity you use in your classroom. Mhm. Because you know our school will be mentioned on the kid, maybe over 5 years old, 6 or 5 or 7 years old, and I want you to describe an activities, or you can teach me 1 or 2 words now. You know, I want you to test your experience. Mhm.
Okay. Hmm. Well, on the spot. Okay.
So imagine that we have some student now, maybe 4 or 5 students in the class, and we will teach them some activities or some game or something. Okay?
So, one thing that in my course, one of my favorite activities that I've learned, so each student gets to see a picture
Mm-hmm.
of an animal.
So now you have the picture now? You have any
I
picture?
don't have anything now.
Uh huh.
Because I didn't know you were going to interview me. So I'm
Alright.
just, so I'm
So
just saying.
just keep going. Just keep going. Come on.
Yes. So one game I've learned from my TESOL course. We have a students can take turns seeing pictures of animals
Mm-hmm.
and pointing those animals out, saying the word in their language,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would say the word in English,
Mm-hmm.
and then they would just keep practicing that
Mm-hmm.
and going letter by letter. And yeah, that's one game.
Mm-hmm.
I like to start off, especially in the ESL classroom, with game, depending on the age as well. Because I think it's best to start off with something interactive.
Mm-hmm. Right. So this is one kind of activities. Yeah. Um. Can you tell me some other activities? So maybe I want something more interesting. You know.
Sure. Another game I've learned is the telephone game. Have you heard of it?
No, it's new for me.
So it's a good game to start off. Kids warming up when you're first starting the ESL classroom. So the teacher starts um, the telephone game. The students sit side by side to each other. It's a whispering game. So the teacher would, or the one student can think of a word in English. For an example, donkey or apple, maybe something a little more complicated, and then would whisper it to the student. Each student whispers it to another, and the last student says the word out loud. So this is a communicative game that teaches students to interact more with each other, with the teacher, teaches communicative skills so that they can speak up and participate more in the classroom. Yeah. So the last student who hears the word says it out loud and writes it down on the board, and we keep going till each student has a turn. And
Mhm. That's great. Um, Shideh? Yes.
Hello.
Let me see. So
Can you hear?
what are your strengths and your weaknesses?
Strength. I'm very good at new, um, I adapt. I adapt to situations very easily. I don't, like I work well under pressure. Um, I can think of things and games and everything on the spot. I work well with people. I'm a team player, very communicative. One of my weaknesses, I would say, is I can sometimes be a perfectionist. Um, so to elaborate more on that, a perfectionist, sometimes when things aren't exactly to 100%, I always need them to be my way 100%. So that's a weakness that I'm working on right now.
So is your weaknesses getting
Yeah.
difficulties for you?
Hello?
So maybe you said that you have some weaknesses. So
Yeah.
how can you improve it?
Improving currently, just doing things outside of my comfort zone, working on it every single day. Um, yeah, just finding tips on what to do
Mhm.
and just working out on things outside of my own comfort zone. And I think that'll really bring a change to weakness. And
Mhm.
especially when I start teaching in especially such a new environment, that'll
Mhm.
force me to go things outside of my weakness.
Okay. All right. So now can you tell me something about your family? So do you have any siblings? And tell me something about your parents or something like that.
Okay, sure. I have one older sister.
Mm-hmm.
She's very, very close to me. I love her very much. She's 23 years old. She doesn't live with me anymore. My parents, I grew up with them in Dubai, in the Middle East, actually.
Oh,
I
Dubai. So maybe maybe your originals nationality from India, right?
no,
No.
Dubai is not India.
Oh, so it.
Dubai is in the United Arab Emirates. It's
Ah.
beside Iran. So
Ah.
originally, my background is Iranian.
Uh-huh.
Hello.
Yes, yes, I understand what you mean. Mm-hmm. Hello? 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 Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm not sure what happened.
So maybe something's wrong with the internet, and let's go down. Okay.
Okay. So my family, I have one older sister.
Uh
She's
huh.
very close to me.
Mm-hmm.
I explained that. My background originally is Iran,
All right.
Middle East. I was born and raised in Dubai. I
Mm-hmm.
came back here in Canada, in Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
My parents were all very close family. My parents are sometimes overprotective,
Mm-hmm.
but they're very close, and they like to see me succeed, which is what I'm trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, my sister doesn't live with us anymore, but we're a very active, enthusiastic family. We're very close.
Alright. So because you know you are female, so is it difficult for you to get a job abroad? You know what I mean?
Because I'm female?
Yeah, and so maybe it's because you know female lot is I I know someone like to travel, but someone's female love to will not to travel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh huh. So
So
what did you think?
I think if you're a man,
It's
things are much easier for you
uh huh.
finding a job because you're a man. For a female, I agree. it can be a little harder.
Uh-huh.
For me, personally, it hasn't been that hard, but I think though if I was a man,
Mm-hmm.
it would have been much easier
Mm-hmm.
because that's just how the world works.
Right. Okay, so one more thing I want to ask you. So have you ever traveled abroad or have you ever to some country?
Yeah, so me and my family travel a lot.
Uh-huh.
I've been to lots of places in Europe
Mm-hmm.
and Middle East. But I've never been to Vietnam. Vietnam is like my dream. I would love to go.
All right.
Very beautiful. So that's hopefully my goal.
Okay. All right. So now, can you tell me again your expected location and salary you want to get the job in Vietnam?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say at least 800 US dollars
Per month? Yes.
Yeah, I know a lot of jobs offer more than that.
Mm-hmm.
And location, it's not really that important right now. Obviously, like cities like Ho Chi Minh or Hoi An, beach cities maybe I prefer, but it's not too important. I think the most important is how close it is from the school, from the school, if they're offering me accommodation, my salary, and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Right.
I'm not too picky at this point.
All right. So do you refer to teach kids class? Maybe from 5 to 13 years old?
Yeah.
Mhm. So, because you know you will work with a non-native student, so how can you solve the problem if the student cannot understand what you mean?
Well, besides the fact that I'm going to start or trying to learn Vietnamese right now, there's other ways of communicating if there's a language barrier. There's ways of communicating using miming, hand motion actions, drawing pictures, things like that.
Because you know it's okay for you because we will have the teaching system for you, and they're a young learner. They will adapt with the new language really easily, and I'm not sure that they will understand what you mean. No problem for you, you know. And you need to introduce your some teaching skill like explanation mind or something like that when you get the job in Vietnam. So when will you complete your test certificate or you have complete it already?
The ticket?
Yeah, the ticket.
So I need to know exactly where I'm going first. I can't just book a ticket not knowing where I'm
Oh
going.
no. Certificate. That's all. Teaching certificate at
Certificate.
yes. You completed it?
I have my TESOL certificate.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so any question?
No.
Okay. Alright, so I will send you some information about new job, and I will ask my directors about your requirement, your expectation about the job in Vietnam, and if everything's okay, we will get together, you know. And I want you to keep in touch with me when you have some problem first, and I want you maybe to think about the just very serious. You know what I mean? Because you know you will have a lot of offer, but you don't follow up the offer. They will say bye bye with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you're still young, and you have some experience. But I hope that when you get a job in Vietnam, you will more, and we will train you how to become a good teacher in the future. No?
Yeah.
Just wait for me, and it's nearly midnight now. I have to go to sleep, and I will email you tomorrow.
Okay. So I am very curious about the job. Anything really at this point, I'll take.
Okay.
And just so you know, my whatever job that if I get accepted to a job, my parents also would also like to talk to the director.
All right. So one more thing I want to ask you: when can you start teaching? Maybe September? Yeah.
Yeah. The earliest I can start start is like 1st of September, which is soon.
Mm-hmm.
But anything in September, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. And so you mean that you will ask when you get a job, you will ask your parents, and if your parents say no, yes, you will go to Vietnam. That's what you mean?
No.
No.
If I like the job, I'm gonna come regardless. I'm
Okay.
saying like, I would also like my parents to speak to the director, whoever I'm gonna accept the job. You know.
Ah. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Thank you for your interview, and I hope that you can get a job in Vietnam soon. Bye. See you and good night. Bye.
Okay.
Mhm.